Hey there, Aquarius, and welcome to your March 29th to April 4th, 2021 tarot reading. About to hit you up with a general vibe card here with the Oracle deck, and then we're going to do a 3-card spread, past, present, future with the Rider-Waite. Then we'll do a couple clarifiers and an outcome card with the Universal Fantasy Tarot. Hopefully everything's going good for you, Aquarius. But remember, Aquarius, these are general readings, so if something doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. Don't be taking like huge leaps in logic. If something immediately comes to mind when you're hearing these readings, then be like, okay, well, that's probably what it means, right? So, right. But remember, tarot is general reading, so it's not going to apply to everybody. So it may just not even be your message. So, but let's get your outcome. Let's get your clarifier card here, Aquarius. We've got the here and now card. It's about focusing on the present, the here and now, right? Don't worry about your past. Don't worry about your future, right? Like, just try to focus on what's important to you right now. What needs to be focused on right now, and deal with that. So I like that. But let's get you some cards here for your spread. A quote I like from I don't remember the exact quote, but it's from a TV show called Supernatural, where one of the main characters, Dean, he says, we're just going to grab whatever's in front of us and we're going to kick its ass and then move forward, right? That's all you can do. So, and that's really all you can do a lot of the time. And for a lot of us, we got to focus on the present. Speaking of focus, we had a card pop out. So in your past, this is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the second fastest knight. Knights are about taking action. And the Knight of Wands is a card of, your passions, your desires, going after the things that you want in life. And that's what the Knight of Wands does. The Knight of Wands goes after what they want in life. You can see here on the corner here, there are some pyramids, and that's to represent sort of mystery. So the Knight of Wands is sort of saying, like, in your past, maybe you're thinking about pursuing things that you want in your life, right? And, just chase them here and now is maybe what the card is saying, is like kind of focus on the present, focus on the here and now, focus on what you want right now, rather than thinking about rather than giving that kind of stuff up for, things you want, you'll want in the future or something. It's like, no, what do you need right now? Like, do you need a shoulder to cry on? Do you need some advice? Do you need, this thing in your life, whatever it is? And it's kind of saying, like, focus on that rather than focusing on the future and planning ahead, And the Knight of Wands is kind of an in and out energy too. So sort of maybe someone that comes in, takes what they want and leaves. And maybe you don't want to deal with that kind of a person right now. So you're like, no, stay away. And the Knight of Wands is a fire sign, so maybe you have a fire sign coming in for you, or maybe you are being the Knight of Wands right now. So in your present, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, so things turning in your favor. I think of the Wheel of Fortune kind of like the character Domino from the Marvel comics. Domino is a character who she's lucky. that's her power, is she's lucky. But she has to take action to make things happen. She's not just like a static, like, oh, I'm just lucky because I'm just standing there. It's like she has to actually take action and move forward to get things to move in her favor. So that's kind of what the Wheel of Fortune is saying. So you have to take action. If you're going after what you want, you have to take action to go after what you want, and it will kind of turn in your favor, and you're more likely to get what you want, right? So I like that. In your future, we got the Nine of Pentacles, and this is a card of feeling kind of satisfied with yourself, right? It's feeling satisfied with your physical world. That's what Pentacles are about. They're about your physical world, your financial world. And the 9 is to say, like, you're satisfied with your own personal financial world and stuff. You're not worrying about, what Timmy down the street has got. He's got a fancy Hummer or something. It's like, whatever. Like, that's he's doing his thing. It's like, this is about keeping your head in your own boat, right? Only worrying about what you're doing. So I like that. So seems like just go after what you want. Don't worry about what anybody else is, doing, or whatever. If anyone else has something better than better than what you have, get what you want, though, right? Like, I kind of look at that. Is getting a weird. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of that is like Pokemon. If you ever played Pokemon, or if you have kids or something that play Pokemon, at the start you get to pick from 3 different starting Pokemon, and like every time new ones come out, or even the old ones, just had a pop-out come out for you here, Aquarius. But every time like a new ones come out, or the old ones or whatever, people are always like, well, this one's the best, clearly, and whatever. It's like, no, pick the one you want, right? Don't worry about like what's the best one. Pick the one you want to pick, right? If you want to pick the best one, then pick that one. But if you want the cute one because it's cute, take that one. And you want the one because you think he looks cool, take that one, right? Like, don't worry about what other people are picking. But anyway, Aquarius, you can leave a like, you can subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Appreciate any support you want to give. If you hit the bell icon, that'll notify you when I upload new videos. So that way you can check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos as they come out. And if you haven't already, you can check your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this video. So this card wanted to pop out. It was the Queen of Wands. She popped out between the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Queen of Wands is saying like, or the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups is saying, she's very emotionally stable, much like the King of Cups, but she's very motherly and caring and very empathetic to people. She very much wants to, like I was saying, like if you need a shoulder to cry on, the Queen of Cups is sort of that. Like maybe someone's coming into your life that is kind of like a Queen of Cups, or you need to, you know, seek out someone in your life who is very much like a Queen of Cups. If you know someone who's like that, you know, kind of going for that person that like understands you and can kind of empathize. And you know, sometimes that's all we need in our life is maybe that's all you need, like here and now, is someone to empathize with you, someone who understands what you're going through and can be like, hey, you know, I went through that too, and it's rough, but like you get over it, right? Like you will get through it, like you're tough and stuff, and like I know you, right? That kind of a thing. Maybe you need someone to tell you that. Maybe you need to hear that. Like sometimes, and this is kind of how I got into tarot, just to go off on a tangent here, is like sometimes you know what you need and you know what you want and you know what you need to hear or something. And you know that, like, for instance, I dated a girl and she made me feel miserable and terrible, and I knew I needed to break up with her because I didn't want to be in the relationship, but I needed someone to tell me that, right? Because I need someone to tell me that, like, you know, you feel miserable around her. And it's like, yeah. And it's like, and you feel like she's ruining your life. And it's like, yeah. And all this stuff. And it's like, and they're like, well, you should break up with her then. And it's like, yes. You know, and it's like deep on your subconscious, you know that, but you need someone to tell you that, right? So I like that. Between the Wheel of Fortune and Nine of Pentacles, we got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is someone who's just starting out with their kind of thoughts, getting in touch with their thoughts, getting improvements on their communication as well. So, you know, things are turning pretty well. Maybe like you need to reach out with somebody. You need to start up a dialogue, start up some communication with someone, start up some dialogue with that Queen of Cups, right? Try to get out there and be like, hey, can I talk to you for a bit, right? Maybe that Queen of Cups is like a therapist, right? Maybe you need to talk to a therapist about something, or a counselor. Maybe it's like just getting in contact with, like I said, someone you know who's like that as well. So I like that. For an outcome card, we have got the Emperor. So this is Aries, so maybe you have an Aries coming in for you. But the Emperor is the big boss, right? All the kings in the minor arcana, like the King of Swords, Pentacles, Wands, and Cups, they are all combined together, with their powers combined, are the Emperor. And the Emperor is the big boss. He's got everything set. He's got a good plan. He's all set up. He's stable across the board. And this is just saying, like, if you pursue this stuff, it's going to lead to stability. It's going to lead to you being strong and in a position of power and in a position to be respected. You know, when I first, a lot of people, like, let's just take, for example, I just talked to you about a therapist, right? Maybe reaching out to a therapist. A lot of people kind of look at reaching out to a therapist as sort of weakness, right? People don't want to admit that they're weak, or admit that they're weak, right? Quote unquote. Like there's nothing weak about, you know, being in a bad place mentally. So, like, this is a big tangent here, is like admitting that you need some help. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist. Like, it kind of has a stigmatism around it, like even still to this day, even though there's a lot of open dialogue about it, about like, hey, you know, if you're mentally not feeling it, like maybe go talk to somebody about it. And that can lead, like, once you realize that being mentally unwell and feeling like that kind of a way is really crappy, and it's more like a sickness rather than like you're just a weak person. It's like it's a sickness. It's nothing to do with you being weak. It's like you've been afflicted with this like sickness, and you need someone to help you through it, right? And that's going to lead you to becoming stronger because of it. Like getting in touch with like yourself that way is a great way to be Aquarius. Like just getting in touch with like who you are, you know, going after what you need right now, like getting to talk to somebody so they can tell you like, hey, like you are a good person and stuff. Like don't worry about like all this bullshit and whatever that you keep thinking negative about yourself. You know, you got it. You've got this covered. So I like that, Aquarius. Remember, there's no harm in reaching out to somebody to talk to them about like, hey, I have some troubles going on in my life, and I just want someone to listen. Or I want someone to empathize with me. I want someone to, you know, understand what I'm going through. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with seeking professional help if you need that, right? Or if you feel like that's what you need to do. Like I say, I went to a therapist before. I still go to a therapist, but I went out to them because I wanted someone who didn't know me to tell me like this kind of stuff, to kind of help me through things, rather than someone who I knew would kind of be biased about it, right? But that's just me. That's just me, Aquarius. And so I like that. I really, really hope that helps you out, Aquarius. Remember, if you want, you can leave a like. It doesn't matter to me. I appreciate the support, but you don't have to leave a like. I'm not pressuring you to. Again, the same goes with subscribing and hitting the bell icon. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I do appreciate the support, and I do appreciate if you want to stick around. You can check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos. Same deal there. But I hope to see you, Aquarius, in the next video.